In chapter 226 of Dandadan, we get introduced to this chart of curses and powers. Also in 226, we find out what at least 4 of those are. For instance, Alice in Wonderland, that is Momo. Hansel and Gretel, that's Zuma's umbrellas. Snow White, that's the Lord of the Flies girl, the one who can control, like, pygmies. Then the Little Mermaid, that's the singer girl, who can control gravity. If you're like me, you're probably wondering, how do any of these powers connect to the fairy tales that they're labeled under? The answer is the corners of the cards. Now, mind you, the corners of the cards are just symbolizing the powers, either in how they manifest or the journey in which that they have gone through to get their powers. For Momo and her Alice, all of her powers manifest from her heart, aka her telekinesis. That also helps with the Wonderland aspect because it's very dreamy and it's whatever she can think up. For Zuma and Hansel and Gretel, his umbrellas don't match. But you wanna know what they do match? The journey of it. Hansel and Gretel features a brother and a sister. Mind you, siblings are meant to protect each other, and that's what they do against the witch. Zuma gets his powers from his brother, who is a yokai. In life, Zuma protected his brother. In death, his brother protects him. The symbol right here is a protection circle from German folklore. For the Lord of the Flies girl, look right there, dwarves. She can see and work with tiny things that others might not ever consider. Plus, Snow White is always communicating with things that, well, people shouldn't be able to. For the singing girl, the Little Mermaid, that's a fish. And yes, she's controlling gravity, but you want to know what water is like? It's almost like anti-gravity, right? So whenever she sings, she's basically turning the air into water that she controls. Except you don't have to worry about drowning. Not only that, in 227, we found out what Little Red Riding Hood is. It's the smoke guy. The guy who controls smoke and can make smoke look like whatever. Yeah, he's Little Red Riding Hood. And if we look at the card, that's a wolf. The wolf in the story manipulated his appearance and circumstances to get what he wants. Smoke and mirrors, my friends. In today's chapter 228, we found out that Pinocchio is Okarun. And it made me wonder, what powers? Because he doesn't really have powers that are distinct anymore. Going back to the card though, that's the whale. Mind you, in Pinocchio, the whale symbolizes change. It swallows up Pinocchio, and he has to then figure out what to do from there and who he will be after the fact. My guess is this whale symbolizes Okarun's change with his powers. Because for the longest time, he was swallowed up by Turbo Granny and how she manifested powers. But eventually, she spat him out. She got rid of him. And now he has to figure out who he's going to be after the fact. How he's going to be, quote, a real boy with his own powers. So yeah, that's my breakdown of the powers chart from Dandadan. If you enjoyed, please give a like and give a follow. I would really appreciate it. Have a good day.